Hey, Railbirds, Kevin and Sherry here. All right, we have more Silver Division teams from the 24th Western BCA 8-Ball Championships. Up next, we have the Ranch Rovers versus Soundview Scratch This. All right, we are coming at you live from the Chinook Winds Casino Resort. We've had over $177,000 in payouts over all these events here. Over $50,000 added, and a big chunk of that added money comes from the Chinook Winds. Thank you very much, Chinook Winds, for everything you do for the Western BCA and the pool community here in the Pacific Northwest. Our stream sponsor, cheapcues.com. Use coupon code RailBirds and get 10% off on most cues, cases, and accessories. Sorry, that does not apply to Predator or Poison products. We also have a number of other stream sponsors. They help make this stream possible. So you can show your appreciation by giving them your business whenever possible. And let them know that you heard about them on the Railbirds TV live stream.
Are our combatants in the arena? Getting everything racked up, ready to roll? No, they're not racking and rolling. Come on, we're an hour behind, hour and 6 minutes. Chop, chop.
Be sure to hit that thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and ring that bell. If you don't ring that bell, you won't get notified when we go live, when we put up new videos. And be sure to share. Sharing is caring. We are your hosts, Kevin and Sherry Ross. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We are playing CSI Rules 8-Ball. This is alternate break, rack your own. Regarding the rack your own, template racks are optional. You can use them if you got them. It is always open after the break, regardless of what was pocketed on the break. The 8 on the break is neither a win nor a loss. This is a call ball and pocket game. Slap does not count.
Our first two setups here are going to be Ken Wilson from Soundview Scratch This versus Ryan Harvey from Ranch Rovers. And the other one will be Johnny Hill from Soundview and Dustin Geffy from Ranch Rovers.
All right.
Soundview's from the Everett area. The Ranch Rovers are from Yakima. Shuffle up and deal.
Let's get them in the air. All right, practice time's over.
Yep. No, you don't get practice time. Sorry about your luck. It is what it's supposed to be. And if there was a ref down here, they would tell them the same thing.
What are the max Fargo rate caps for each of the divisions? I don't know. It's not on the Western BCA website, so I don't know. We have to find that on Facebook, I think. pretty sure it was on the CSI sign-up page. All right, are we not starting yet?
I have no idea, but they need to be because they are more than an hour behind schedule. I swore somebody posted it in the Western BCA group. I am not seeing it anywhere. Yeah, I cannot find that cutoff. Somebody had posted it.
Again, if you are in line for alcohol, if you please make that line either go right or left from the bar instead of down the aisle. That would be very helpful. It either needs to hang to the right or hang to the left, but not down the center. Thank you.
Bonnie Jones is a crack up. All right, looks like we're finally started here.
Woohoo!
Oh, wait, no, we're still warming up. We got a match. We're getting a game for reals on the other side. That is Johnny and Dustin on the pitcher-in-pitcher.
All right, so who do we got on our table up front here?
It's going to be Ken Wilson, racking and breaking from Soundview Scratch This, versus Ryan Harvey of Ranch Rovers.
All right, we got action. Let's get her done.
Nah, it was the Fargo range at draw that I saw, not what the caps were. Yeah, snooker's all over it. I was thinking I might have had it in the event thing on our page.
All right, here we go. Ken Wilson with the break. Going with.
Aha.
You found it?
Teams.
Aha.
Platinum is 3,050. Gold is 2,700. Silver is 2,375. And bronze cap is 2,050.
Heard it here first.
It's like, wait a minute, I used their flyer for our event page.
So 2350 is the limit.
Yep. 2,375.
Oh, 2375.
Yep.
Roger that.
Yeah, and if you're looking for those caps and entry fees and things along that line, you can find that on our event page on Facebook. That is the photo I used.
Ken Wilson working on this, working on these solids.
Hey, Rick. Welcome in.
Hey, Rick.
And,
Long time no see.
Robert wants to know if somebody's Fargo rate can go up during this tournament, putting them into another event. Fargo will actually freeze the numbers, is what I've been told before. Like
That's why it's so freaking cold in here all the time.
Yeah, it's all those frozen Fargos.
Brr.
But they freeze the numbers for the players while the events like this are happening, so that you don't go online and go, hey, wait a minute, they're playing in my division and it's supposed to be this and they're this. To keep that from happening, you are locked in at sign up.
Nice bank shot. Let's have a quick look at that overhead, see if that 8 goes. And it sure looks to me like that 8 goes. And man, Bonnie's loud. And I really like those new Soundview shirts. I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, with your name on it.
With my name on it.
No, don't we have one just like it, except it doesn't say Soundview and stuff on the back. It says Get Lit Man.
It says Get Lit Man.
Down the middle of the back. Very, very similar. Okay, exactly like the shirt that Crystal is wearing. She's wearing a Littman Light shirt.
Nice run out there, Ken Wilson. 1-0 Soundview. That's going to bring up Ron Vickers versus Danny Compton?
Compton, yep.
Danny Compton from Soundview versus Ron Vickers from Ranch Rovers.
And good afternoon, Leon. Welcome in. So Kenny got out there.
Yep. He sure did. Made a nice run there.
We had his dad playing scotch on our table, Phil Wilson.
I know that name.
Yeah, that's Kenny's dad. Yeah, it was funny when they said, I said, well, okay, what the Ranch Rovers? I'm like, what's your team name? I said, Ranch Rovers. I said, oh, are you guys from Yakima? They're like, how do you know that? Well, I've gone over there once or twice, played in some tournaments.
We should have, someone says we should have Railbird's clothing line. Well, we do have Railbird shirts.
That's what they look like.
They do not come with the model Sophia
Nope.
Tran.
No, they don't.
She is extra, much extra.
Yeah.
Leanne's from Yakima. Yeah, we still don't have hoodies.
Yeah, no, we're working on other stuff. You know,
We're working on it.
It's slow moving with the. We're actually.
It's mostly me. I'm slow moving.
Yeah.
She's being nice. I'm the slow moving one.
Oh, we've also got a lot of streams. Our schedule's filling up, so if you've got something you might want us to do, you might want to get on that because our schedule's filling up fast for this year. And we're taking a week off to go see the Moscone Cup this year.
In Vegas, baby.
That's right. Thanksgiving in Vegas. Yeah. Got,
Danny at the table shooting at stripes.
yep. And they have their names on their shirts. Thank you, Nancy Meeser, for thinking of that.
She's thoughtful like that.
Or Ed Slade, whoever helped
Whoever
design the shirts up.
Whoever had that bright idea.
They had 30 shirts done for all of their teams. They got, at least 6 teams then in the event. 30 shirts. Then Leon must be from Wapato then. He said he's from the res out there and not actually Yakima.
Yeah, right, Faceman.
Oh.
That one loud guy from Europe.
Yeah.
Europe.
Medicine Valley. Same, kind of. That's a valley that was on fire a few years ago. But anyway, we got Danny out here.
Danny working on stripes. Yeah, that 13 is bunched up over here. Got the 9-ball to break it out, but you got to have a nice angle on it.
Uh-huh.
If you can get to that 14 and shoot like a stop shot on the 14, that gives you a nice angle to break it out. But of course, you got to get to the 14. So he's got the 10 to try to get to the 14, to try to get to the 9, or vice versa. Actually, I think 10 to the 9 is probably easier. We can hit that window. Oh, he might have the window.
Oh, he's looking at it.
I think he's got the window to shoot the 9, to break that 13 out.
Yeah, and you want to come full into the 13, knocking it over so that you get a shot. If you go into the 2 trying to push it out of the way, you can end up in trouble.
Hello, Island Local. Welcome back.
Aloha.
Oh, you had the breakout, just forgot to make the ball.
Probably not those islands. That may be. Hawaii. Yep, I was right. All right. Johnny wins over on the other table, making this 2-0.
Well, if that 808 at the end of Island Local is the area code, that would be Hawaii.
Mahalo.
How about hello?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the Hideout. Leisha Ryan, the owner of the Hideout, is here playing, or she was. She played Scotch because she was in the finals of the Scotch right here on our table.
Yeah, she was.
I didn't say Ryan. I said Ryan.
You said Ryan.
Okay,
You said
good.
Ryan. You said Leisure Ryan.
Get out of there, cue ball.
Don't corner hook him, cue ball.
That looks like that might be sitting on the point of that side of that corner pocket there. It looks like it's on the point. I'm looking down at it. No, actually, it looks like it's off of it just a little bit. That he can still. I think he's going to have to shoot the 6, though. I'm looking around the monitor and straight at the TV. Yeah, I think he's got to. All right, we got Donning on the other table from Soundview. Scratch this with the break. Tom versus Tom Storley of Ranch Rovers.
All right. Sean Lewis was wandering around here. Says I'm bored. Can I commentate? So so we grabbed him, and we're gonna have Sean Lewis sitting in with us for a little while. All right, Sean Lewis, welcome.
I'm back.
He's back.
From, yeah, I don't know when that was, 3 or 4 days ago. I was in here for a little bit.
Yeah, sitting in with Scotch doubles or singles, was it? I don't even remember. It's been a while. This whole week is blurring together.
I did platinum Scotch doubles. I was
That's
here
right.
for most of the finals, which that was a grind. It was a fun one.
You happen to check out the Elite Singles Finals with Cole Gibbons versus Damien? That was a lot of fun.
I actually didn't see any of it. For some reason, I kind of spaced when it was going to happen, and I was doing other things.
I see how it is.
But, well, it's tough enough for me just to know when I'm going to play. Once I'm out of the tournament, I pretty much just lose interest. But I would have watched it if I'd known. I think we just, Molly and I went home, took a nap, then we came back. That's right at the end of it, but I didn't realize it was going on. Okay, so what do we got going on here?
We have Danny from Soundview on our main table here versus Ron Vickers from the Ranch Rovers, and that is Ron at the table now, shooting at, I believe he's shooting at solids.
So we're just showing one of the two tables?
We have both tables. We have picture-in-picture to show the other
nice.
table,
Okay.
and we also have a bonus live stream going, which shows the other table full screen for people that want to watch 2 live streams at once. You can see both tables full screen for people that want to do that. So we got a little of everything here.
Nice. That's sweet.
So we have Ron at the table shooting solids.
And this is silver?
Silver division, yep.
Okay.
Oh, he ended up all right on that 7.
Yeah, he got a decent bump. So he's probably just going to, I would just make the 7 here. I think I would probably play for the 5 next.
Yeah, I like going from the 7 to the 5 here.
Yeah, and then come back around for the 3. But it's thin enough. You really got to bear down and make it. And looks like the line looks like it potentially he could bump into the 3 ball, in which case.
Then it's time to
we might have to do
reevaluate.
something. Yeah, we'll just do something else. He did bump it just a little bit. He hit it a little too thin, so I think if he would have made it, it wouldn't have contacted the 3. It looked like he was definitely playing for the 5.
So did you play in Scotch doubles and singles?
I played in singles and team. Well,
That's
we're
right,
still
I
in the
see
team
that.
event. But yeah, it was kind of an unfortunate situation. I woke up on Thursday with some sort of, I don't know exactly. I'm not going to medically diagnose myself, but I had some kind of a rib thing or like an upper back issue that caused it to be tough for me to breathe. When I took a full breath, I was experiencing a lot of pain, so I ended up actually forfeiting. And
Well, that sucks.
I've been resting the last 2 days, and actually today I feel like it's not going to bother my game at all. Like I couldn't even play.
So you forfeited out of the singles?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so you didn't play this. You didn't even plan on playing the Scotch doubles, and you didn't. But you forfeited out of the singles.
Right.
So you haven't played anything yet.
I've been here since Saturday, and then we played a lot on Saturdays for the chip tournament thing.
Well, that's right. Yeah,
And
the
then,
big old
yeah,
chips.
since then I've played 5 matches, including today, in the last 5 days.
Getting some practice time in, I hope.
Not really. There's mostly tables going, and then every match that we've had has been 9 a.m. start time. So when the tables finally start opening up, it's time to go home.
Right.
So it's kind of been just the way the scheduling has been for my events was not great for, like, you know, the practice in the evening when everything was open.
Oh, nice shot there.
That was a sweet shot.
Oh,
Little
just-
overhit it. But you could actually, if you don't like this thin cut, you can actually try to bank it towards that 14
Yeah, sure.
and just make it. And then hopefully it goes past it because that's on the correct side of the pocket where actually you could make the 14 and the 5 could slide
yeah,
through
sure.
there and go as well.
Call the 5
Yeah.
call the 5 in the corner where the 14 is. If it goes, great. If you knock the 14 in, that's fine too.
Yeah, then you can roll up natural for some sort of a good shot on the 8. And you're not going to leave them too much. It looks like a pretty thin cut on the 13 if he was, you know, assuming that he does make it and doesn't make the shot. If he hits it, he called the cut shot, looks like.
Yeah, he's cutting at it.
Which is, you
It's
know,
a
if he makes it, it's
tough-
good. It just seems like a little
It's a tough shot.
risky, given that the 14's in the hole.
Is he going to get him hooked behind this 8 from his 14? I think he
A
did.
little bit, yeah. And the way the 14 is too, it's on the bottom side of the pocket. It's a little tougher to, like, if you can go rail first here and make it much more easily, I think. But then it's gonna, like, you feel like when the ball's like that, if you hit it in one rail, it seems like the ball, it's hard to predict exactly how the cue ball is gonna come off the rail. So, is the other table that's playing, is that table 8
That's
or
table
10?
Table 10.
Oh. Okay.
So, yeah, Ron had a nice chance to get that game for his team, but unfortunately he's missed and has left an easy 8 ball for Soundview over there.
Yeah, he's got the 4 or the 4 ball still on the table, so he has to make this and come back. For
Oh, I
shape.
didn't even see the 4.
Yeah, it's in the hole there.
It's buried up there.
But, you know, it was in the hole. So yeah, he got there. It's a little tougher than he wants it to be, but this is totally makeable.
All right, so over on that other table, Soundview extending their lead 3-0 in this race to 11. Over on that other table, it's going to bring up Crystal from Soundview against Les from Ranch Rovers. Crystal will be breaking.
I didn't see what happened there.
I didn't see what happened either.
I'm curious. I think gosh.
I'm just wondering how this cue ball ended up here with neither stripe has moved, it seems like.
Yeah, maybe he thinned off the 13 and it bounced back to the similar spot.
Okay,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that makes sense.
He may not have played that shot. And then I know that he called the one rail kick there.
All right,
I
good.
just kicked behind it to try
And
to
he's
make it up
almost
table.
he's almost got him. He almost got him hooked again
Looks
on
like
that 14.
he's got an opening here.
But he's got an opening.
So this is a really speed dependent, you know.
Yeah,
if you hit it
it's
too full, you're always going to come up short, and if you hit it too thin, you'll go way past it. So you got to be really careful
it's
about
very touchy.
making it and hitting it.
Oh,
like
hit it
pretty
perfect.
much like that.
Hit
Yeah,
that
that was
perfect.
a nice shot. That's easy to make a mistake because
Yeah.
of the thickness of the hit, and because you're going to make the ball close to 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Then now it's a lot of people they just neglect to, you know, play the
really-
correct angle
Yeah,
so
really
you can get your
concentrate.
shape.
Yeah, really concentrate on how thick you're actually hitting it, because you hit it. Yeah, like you say, you hit it too full, your cue ball is just going to die right there.
Exactly.
Hit it too thin, your cue ball goes sailing up table.
Right, yeah. So that was a nice shot. Actually, a lot of people, I believe, just kind of overlook that situation.
Oh,
he got it
man,
up.
oh, what a heartbreak, because he's left
Yeah.
this pretty nice for his opponent.
Yeah, you just have to basically bear down and make this ball, which is close to straight in.
So how did Molly end up doing in the singles?
think she won one match. She lost her first match, and then I think she won 1 or 2 matches on the B side, and then lost.
And I assume she's playing teams.
Yeah, she's playing on my team. We're playing
right
Platinum.
on. Sweet.
I like the team. It's all buddies of ours, and
So who's on your team? You and Molly, and who else?
David Ringler, Clark Smith, Carl Tibbetts, and Molly. Yeah, Molly, myself.
Okay.
So
Sounds like a good group of people.
we actually, overall, we played well. We lost. They kind of just ran us over. They were breaking and running like a lot of the racks, and we weren't doing as well as that. So they caught up. They got ahead early, and they kept the lead. And we had a couple like ways that it just didn't work out. Clark made a really nice masse on the 8, made it, and the ball scratched. And then Carl ended up really tough on his 8 ball and made it. And the cue ball went towards the side pocket. It hit a ball that was kind of floating in the pocket, and then made it, and then rolled past it and scratched. So basically, like, it followed in a ball that wasn't in the hole. It was just kind of like, it was blocking the hole. Actually, it was one of those, like, it would be tough to do it again. But it seems like it happens 100%, like, so often. You know what I mean? In a tournament, he made a great shot and then just got no reward.
All right, so this is going to bring up Dustin from Ranch Rovers breaking against Ken from Soundview. Ken Wilson versus...
Yeah, I know a lot of these guys from back in my Everett days.
Yeah. All right, where are the... Okay, they're setting up.
Just so everyone in the room is aware, I have no tables to move matches to. There is 0 chance of me moving matches anywhere else. So for now, you have to wait on the table you are currently assigned and pray people play quickly. Thank you.
And man, it's getting crowded in here.
Oh yeah, this is it.
It takes like 10 minutes just to walk across the room, just trying to push people out of your way.
Yeah, there's 256 teams, so that's 1,200 players approximately, 1,250.
Yeah, 256 teams over 4 divisions.
Yeah. I was just doing the math on how many people are actually playing. That's 1,250 something or whatever. I mean, minus the odd, but or plus the odd. There might be subs and whatnot. That's a lot of people in the room. I mean, obviously not all going at once, but I mean, we got how many tables are here? Is it 80 tables?
80 tables.
Yeah, so that's
going to be
80 teams playing at once. One team per table, right? So that's.
I think that's how that works out. Yeah.
5 players per team. Yeah, that's 400 players playing all at once.
They say pool players are bad at math.
Yeah, well, I finished up my primary and secondary education while I was playing a little bit of pool, so my math skills are not bad, and I know how to use a calculator. So, in case I get stuck. Notice I didn't do the whole. I don't know exactly how many players that is, but
yeah. Well, actually, all together, there's over 1,600 players, 1,625 players for all of the events combined.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
1,600 unique players, so that those players might be entered in more than one event, but 1,600 individual people. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Over $177,000 in total money being fought over.
Yeah, that's
it's a great time here.
So this is. What's
At the table now, we have Ken.
Dustin,
that is not Ken Wilson. That is Dustin, because there had the orange on the shirt threw me for a second. I was thinking that was the Soundview shirt, but no, that's Dustin from Ranch Rovers.
So it's open table here. Looks like. Well, I think I saw stripes here. if the 15 passes the 3,
Yeah, I'm not sure if that 15 passes. It's
looks like
really
that's what
tight.
he's shooting at. Because then it's really not too many other problem balls. You just have to make sure that you come back out for a shot. Which he's ended up thin on that ball on the side. The 12 on the side looks like his next logical shot to shoot if he's going to try to play offensively here.
That's a tough shot.
He needed to hit that and come through between the 5 and the 8 a little further to open up that whole center of the table ball. All those balls in the center of the table he could have used. If he would have just come down like 3 more inches, he'd have a pretty good shot on that 9 ball. He just got a little bit short on it. So I'm not sure if he's banking it or trying to cut it. I think he looks like he's cutting it. Yeah, and he's playing looked like he's playing just actually not to make it, but just to play down table and play a sort of a safety.
Yeah, just playing the cue ball.
Yeah, make sure that
Ken
Ken doesn't come to the table with a really good opportunity.
Now we have Ken Wilson.
Yep, this is definitely Ken Wilson, who I've known for 10+ years.
Yeah, his father, Phil Wilson, pretty good player.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you like the 5, you can shoot the 5 on the side. However, I think really I like shooting maybe the 4 ball here.
I think I prefer the 4 up in the corner.
Yeah, that's a little bit more. It flows a little bit better towards. Like you'll end up. I mean, I don't know. The 5's just tricky when you're on the rail. I feel like it's hard to shoot a ball on the side like that.
Yeah, and that side pocket is just so narrow from that angle.
Yeah, true.
You got to be super precise. I feel like the 4 is an easier shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
a little wide.
I wouldn't call it easy, just maybe not as difficult.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. One level below. So he's left pretty good opportunity here for Dustin.
Yeah, these stripes are pretty well opened. Just got to worry about getting on that 8 ball.
Right. Yeah. You gotta. If you use the 10 ball that's on the side, you just got to leave an angle so you can come straight across, or you got to play one of the other balls and come down for it. And actually right now is a good opportunity to pick off that 10 if you're going to do that. Looks like he is.
I'm still trying to figure out how he's going to get to this 8.
Well, that is a good question because that 6 ball is actually kind of in a spot where.
Yeah, we're using the 9 ball, like the 9 in the side is.
If you were to get, if you got nearly straight on the 9 in the side past the 4, a little bit of angle, you could go between the 6 and the 4 and hit that 1 rail position on it. But I mean, he's shooting this ball next, so apparently that's not the idea.
Oh, and he got kind of out of line here.
I think he was trying to just hold that.
All right, plan B. All right, where are we ducking? Bank the 13.
I think you're supposed to just try to go for it here.
Bank the 13, try to get on the 12
a good safety opportunity just because of the way the balls are lined up there. That 4 ball makes it so the end of the table is not great, and the 3 balls is really accessible from almost everywhere else. So yeah, I mean, and then a bank shot, if you use a little draw, gives you then you can. I mean, you'll have a shot on the 12 ball afterwards. So, and then you can just hopefully create something from there. Looks like you're shooting the bank.
Yeah, he called the bank. All right. Well, he's left the 13 in a good spot.
Yeah.
Like it's not out of play somewhere. It's in a spot where it's in play still.
Yeah, definitely.
Brings Ken Wilson to the table. Now does that 5 go?
Oh, I didn't see who won that other game. Someone just.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go find out then.
Yeah, I don't know if the lady won it or not. Yeah, it looks like Ken is trying to figure out how he's going to get on that 2 ball. 2 goes in the side, and then if you get a good angle on it, you can just go right from the 2 to the 1. So it kind of lends itself. So I think he's looking to follow forward with the 6 ball. Play shape for the 2. Oh, yeah, he just cut it. So, yeah, so that was good. So,
All right, Ranch
Yeah.
Rovers won that game, so it is 3-2.
okay, so Kenny's, or Ken I should call him, I guess, 'cause that's his name. Yeah, he cut the 6 in the side to float down, so it looks like he's just going to shoot the 2 in the side and then the 1. And then I would probably go forward here and shoot the 4 next after the 1 ball, just because it's on the other side of the side pocket. And if you hit that ball, then you can play the last 3 balls down into the same hole, and then you won't have to come back up table.
Yeah, you've got to start with this tough shot on the 2, though.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it. Maybe he's going to try to come for the 2-1 combination to the corner.
Yeah, he wants to get a little bit different on it. Interesting. Maybe. Yeah, he must not have liked how making the 2, if it would leave him on the 1. So looks like he's probably playing. I mean, really, this is pretty decent opportunity to get to the 5, which was sort of tricky, just because it only goes in that 1 hole. Okay.
All right, well, now the 2 goes. If it didn't go before, it goes
He
from
just
here.
wanted to get a little closer. Well, he had kind of a rough angle on it. This is a good angle, actually, to just float forward just a little bit to get straight in on the 1.
Brush the 1 a little.
he
Oh,
missed it.
man.
Yeah, tried too hard to get that cue ball right where he wanted it, because I think he was planning to get dead straight on it on the 1 and draw straight back, or thereabouts, mostly straight on that 1 ball.
All right, good chance here for Dustin. Just cut this 12 in, take the longer shot on the 13.
Yep, and then the cue ball, actually, yeah, the 13's in a good spot. The natural cue ball control would just, even if you were to bump the 1 or
Oh, he was
he
going.
tried banking it. Interesting. He didn't like that cut shot. Maybe he thought it was going to go forward and scratch.
It could be. Might have been worried about the scratch.
Yeah, definitely the angle looked like it might be there for that to happen.
All right,
So I understand that.
Ken's going to get another chance at this.
Yeah, I think you just shoot the 2, shoot the 1, then the 5, then the 8.
Yeah. And hello, John Faulkner. Welcome back.
But this isn't that bad. Actually, the angle that he has now, I almost feel like you should shoot the 5 and then try to go under the 12 and straight at the 1, and then you just make the 1, which, because that 13's there, is actually a big pocket. You can hit that ball a little bit rough and still make it and expect it to go a lot of the time. So even if you end up with a little bit of angle on it that you don't like, you can actually just still cheat the pocket and make that ball.
Yeah, he might not like shooting this 5 being bridging over the 1, though.
Right. But it does take some doing getting back to the 5. This isn't a huge window. You know, you can, if you're doing something with the cue ball, you might come up short or long pretty easily. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. You could hit that a lot of ways and still make it. Like, he definitely played that off the rail and off the ball intentionally so that he could hold that cue ball up.
Yep, that helped him hold the cue ball
That
up
was a
quite
nice
nicely.
shot.
John, yes, this is teams. This is a silver division. We have all teams for the next 3 days. The finals will be on Sunday evening.
I made it. Nice shot. Didn't go too far, although he's a little far from his work.
So it's basically the same shot again.
Yep. He hit it same result. Doesn't look like there's a scratch here because that 12 is blocking the path to the side pocket, it looks like. And especially
right.
if you play
Nice.
2 rails out, then it's hard to scratch playing 2 rails out.
All right, nicely done.
Ken wins that game. So it's 4-2.
All right, it's going to bring up Danny from Soundview versus Tom from Ranch Rovers, and Tom will be breaking. Over on the other table, we have Ron from Ranch Rovers playing Johnny from Soundview. So you didn't play in any of the minis over the last week?
Well, no. They only had minis, I think, Thursday for of the singles. They didn't have it Wednesday. And
Okay.
since I woke up and I was hurt on Thursday, even though I was out of the tournament, I couldn't really do anything. And then Friday, I was still kind of taking it easy. Yeah, or not Friday, but I should say Wednesday was when I was hurt. They weren't doing minis on Wednesday, and then they did minis on Thursday, but I was still resting. So I did hit a few balls. But I didn't want to.
Are the minis, are they fair matched?
Yeah, it's all fair match. So I want to say that the maximum Fargo that you can be in playing the minis is like 700, and over that you can't play.
Okay.
So that would get a couple players not being able to play, but almost everyone else.
Yeah, there's only just a handful of people over 700 here.
Yeah, and I'm not one of them, so I could have played, but yeah, I didn't. My ribs were, I don't know, I have just kind of doing a lot of like massage and whatnot and stretching. That seemed to help, but I didn't want to like risk making it worse for the whole weekend, you know, by playing. So I just hit a few balls and yeah, but I normally enjoy playing minis a lot. You know, you get to get in there and play, you know, and it's not all day.
Yeah, especially fair matched makes you play real hard.
Right, yeah, you have to play tough against everyone. I don't think a lot of people realize how difficult it is to give up a decent spot against a player, you know, that's 150, 200 points below you, and you're giving them a couple of games. If you make one or two little mistakes and they just capitalize on you, I mean, it's really almost designed where it's supposed to go hill every time if you're playing your average game. You know, and I think that's good pool, you know.
Yeah, especially if they use the hot fair match, which I'm not sure which one they were using.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they used the medium fair match in the fall. I played a few minis there, and that was pretty tough. I did win all of them, but
yeah, the medium is still supposed to pretty heavily favor the better player.
Yeah, well, in a short race though.
Race.
I don't know if that's enough. You can't be enough of a favorite to where still if you make a couple mistakes, they're going to beat you. I mean, that's ultimately what it comes down to. I think, if they play well, mostly I think people that they play against a better player and they start second guessing their game and they worry too much about what I'm going to do if they're playing me, for instance, and that causes them to not play their best pool. And really, if you just play your best pool, the fair match is enough of a spot to where your best pool is normally going to beat another guy.
Right.
And the fair match will allow you to beat someone that plays better than you, get in a couple of games. I don't think people. I mean, I've done a lot of fair match tournaments and stuff like that, and it's always tough. Every match is super difficult and easy to lose if you're not playing your A game. He looks like he's going to shoot the 9, put a stroke on it, and come down table. I think he's trying to use this little slight cut angle, and he's going to try to punch this ball down table and try to break these balls out. Oh, wow. He just went through everything almost there.
That was kind of unfortunate. A little bit
He's got something. I don't know if he's going to try for something here. He can bank. Looks like the bank is just there.
How about a 3-ball combination at 14 to the corner off the 7?
Yeah, that might be.
That'll open things up.
That will open things up. That looks like.
Yeah, you sound like, you go ahead and shoot that.
I don't mind that shot, actually. I was just thinking, well, the 7 looks like it's blocking part of that pocket. If that 7 ball was down just a little bit more.
Yeah, I meant like off the rail, off the 7 kind of thing. It looks like the 14's lined up to the rail.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about that would definitely open the balls up for you, and that's always a good thing.
The tournament is very large, and you have to wait on your table. If I get tables available later, I will call teams up by name. But for now, it is just wait on the table.
Hank wants to know how many more days will this last? All of them.
Yeah, this is day 1 of 3.
Yeah, Sunday's the last day.
The last match is scheduled at 9 p.m. on Sunday, right? I think.
Probably that's when most of the finals are starting.
Yeah, I know the Platinum is scheduled for 1 p.m. start time. I heard someone saying that the Bronze or something like that is scheduled at 9 p.m. on Sunday.
Let's see. Platinum Finals starts at 3 p.m.
Oh, it's
Hey,
at 3.
I like that. And then let's go down the list. Gold Finals starts at 7 p.m.
So silvers might be at 5 then.
Silver Finals at 5. Good call.
Yeah. And that makes the bronze is going to be at 9. Wow, that's a lot of, that's kind of extended for being 47 teams.
And then bronze, 9 o'clock, right? You are.
Yeah, someone's telling me that. Yeah, that's tough if you got to go to Washington and work on Monday. It's going to be a long day.
And this is
Monday.
assuming that they start on time. And it's like, what are the chances of them starting on time? So far, nothing's been on time this tournament. Wow, what a shot!
Did he call that?
Yeah,
Wow. Well, I'm glad he made it.
yeah, and he's got a
He's got
very
a legitimate shot
reasonable,
here.
very
Yeah.
reasonable shot at this 11.
I think on this, I don't know. Do you try to hold the cue ball here to shoot the 8 in the side, or you just let it flow? I might just let it go.
Just let it roll. I don't think there's a scratch there.
Yeah, I guess you can roll it in, and you might end up. Really, almost ideally, you go sort of 2 rails at the 1 and just clip the 1, and that'll hold it for the 8 if you end up hitting it a little too hard. I like to hit this ball with enough speed to where I don't feel like the ball's going to roll off as it's going to the hole. Not so hard that it's like speeding, with enough pace, like something like that. That's good pace.
You hit that perfect. That's a nice shot there.
Just rolled up perfect. What a shot. Good shot. Nice kick shot and recovery. And a good shot.
All right, nicely done there. Range Rovers closing up that gap, 3-4, race to 11. So, I believe that was Ron from Range Rovers.
No, because I know the other player on the other table's
okay.
name is Johnny. That's playing on that table 10.
That was Tom.
So that must be Tom.
That was Tom. My bad.
No, you're good. I'm helping you out because I've never met Johnny, but I know who he is through mutual friends.
All right, nice out there, Tom. So that's going to bring Donnie.
I think that's what that says.
Donnie
DeLong.
Donnie from Soundview versus Les on Ranch Rovers. Les will be breaking.
Replay the kick. That's what someone's asking for. That wouldn't be a bad shot to replay, especially since we almost missed it.
Let's move this over a little.
We're going to watch the break and then transition to the replay.
Yeah, as soon as he breaks, I'll show the
right.
replay on the kick.
Like that. Okay, Johnny just lost that game to Ron on the other table. So now it is 4-4.
4-4. All right, so let's watch that. Way back. You got me all messed up here. All right, here we go. Let's watch this. Man, what a shot!
That was cool.
All right, so you said Johnny lost, so 4-4. Updating my score sheet. So that brings Crystal from Soundview. Will be playing Ryan on Ranch Rovers. Ryan will be breaking over on that other table. At the table in front of us, we have Les at the table now. No, that's not Les. That is Donnie. Donnie now.
Huh. Okay, this is not. All right. I don't know these
Or
people.
Donning with a G at the end.
Oh, yeah, okay. It's just hard to read because that other word, the Y from the name
Yep.
above it is kind
Yeah,
of blocking
his
the
name
view.
is written on his shirt. Donning. Got it.
Okay, so
So Donning
yeah,
from Soundview
he's
at the table.
Selected for stripes. I think it was a dry break. He just missed the 14.
All right. Does he have solids? Or is this still open?
No, Donning is stripes, and then he missed the 14 ball.
Okay.
And now it's the other player's less. This must be less. It's Les's turn.
Yep,
and he
this is
solids.
Les with the lesser numbered balls. Okay, that might have been a bit of a stretch. I'll work on my puns.
Maybe. Geez, I must have been I must be confused. He's definitely shooting at a stripe ball here.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
the ball
thought
that-
I saw. Yeah, I thought I
okay.
saw Donning shooting at that at a solid.
Oh, is that what? I must have just thought he was shooting at a different ball, which happens.
All right, so everybody joining the party over here.
Just kind of trying to sweat the other game a little bit. And then I came back and he had already shot his first shot, so I didn't see actually what ball he was. And then I looked away again while he was down over the ball, and I didn't see which one he shot again. I'm seeing this happen now, though. So there's no.
That worked out. He's got a shot at the 5 and just tied up the stripes even more.
Yeah, there's no more solids in that cluster. So now he just needs to figure out how to get at that 4 ball, which you could use the 1 here. Like, if you were to get a good angle, you can use the 1 and bump it out.
Right.
I mean, he's obviously got to get to the spot where he can get. This is reasonable. He's on the wrong side to shoot the shot that I was thinking, but under the circumstances, I think he did fine to get back out of those balls. He obviously wasn't comfortable going forward, which I think would have been be a little closer to your work right now. But it definitely does increase the difficulty of the shot.
Oh, that was a nice shot.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about just kicking at the 4 here? Trying to make it.
That's not a bad shot.
And those balls, the stripes are all clustered up, so it's almost not. It's not completely free because you know bad stuff happens. You know.
Yeah, kick it to 4, kick it to this bottom left corner on screen.
Right.
Hopefully that cue ball sticks around there for a shot on the 1. And that's what he's called. He's called the 4 in the corner.
This one, if you come in a little shallow and you use like right English to make it go a little deeper and get into that ball more, then you can give yourself a little bit more of a stop shot effect when it hits the rail. And then once it hits the ball, it's going to hit a fuller hit, and that'll cause it to move less. Kind of like that. If he would have hit it just a little fuller, it would have almost been a stop shot.
Yeah, that was an excellent effort.
Yeah, now his balls are all.
They are all
They're
messed
open,
up.
but they're down below, but those 2 solids are actually not in a great spot.
Yeah, if he had a little bit more angle on this 12, he could try to open this up a little.
Ooh. I feel like he almost tried to bump into those balls. He just kind of got between.
So Jamie in the chat room says Donning's name might be from Donning of the Day from the Moody Blues song. I know nothing about Moody Blues songs, so I'll take Jamie's word for it.
Yeah, just. Oh, that was close. I'd consider playing the safety here and trying to move these balls out.
Yeah, if you can play safe and open this up a little at the same time, that's the way to go.
I think if the way the solids are, I think if you just shoot straight into the 11 ball with the stop shot type action, then I think it'll move almost everything to a spot where it's makeable. And I don't think you'd end up with giving the guy too much of a shot. See,
Yeah,
he didn't hook him on the 4 there, and he didn't move the balls out as much as I think he could have. See, now you could, he could just roll. You can even try to shoot the 1 here. I think he can actually make the 1. Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like he's shooting at the 1, so you just go up and down.
Yeah.
Or if he hits the 10 fully, then he'll have a shot also.
Man, not an easy shot, especially with all those balls. Oh, don't get in
Yeah,
there, 1 ball.
He's definitely queuing over a bunch of stuff there. That definitely makes that shot a lot tougher. It's hard enough to hit that ball pure without being queued over another ball. Yeah, he needs to remove this 12. That'll clear the lane for those 3 of those other 4 solids that are on the rail. Really, before he does much more, even though you'd almost like to leave that ball for insurance, but yeah, you got to move that ball so you can run the rest of these balls.
Lee in the chat room says, I once broke a rack and every single stripe on the table ended up in the corner where I broke from in a 1 diamond by 1 diamond area. So did you take stripes that rack?
I feel like you don't want to take stripes there.
Exactly. I was joking.
Yeah, he's figuring it out now. Oh. Yeah, you could. I don't know if he has an offensive shot here. He's got himself right nestled up on the side of that 13, and it's blocking his view from everything else except for the 9. He's going to just slide off the ball. It's a good shot. Live to fight another day.
Yeah. Can he see that 4? Can he bank the 4 and get the cue ball behind the 8?
He might be able to, in which case that's a really good shot. He might not even. Actually, you know what? I think this is because of where the 9 is at, and it looks like the 1 passes the 8. This is a good shot where you want to just bank the 4 and try to play shape for that 1 ball in the corner past the 8.
He might not be able to see enough of the 4 to do that.
Yeah, it looked like he could only hit so much of it. He's actually put it in a really tough spot now. The 4 ball, it's in a little bit of a brutal spot.
Oh, that game where all of the stripes ended up in a 1 diamond by 1 diamond area near the pocket. He took solids and lost.
He's going to shoot this bank shot. Looks like the 4 is pretty tricky from a lot of angles into the side. Oh, nice bank. Not sure what's going to happen now. This is the spot where I wonder what to do. Still has to deal with that 9, even if he manages these other 2 balls. The 9 is in a really tricky spot.
Is it possible to bank that 9 out of there between the 1 8 and just leave the cue ball on the other side of the table?
I think so. From where he was at right there.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that what I'm looking at the 9 and the 8 is that it's actually sort of scary, because if you were to bank that ball between those 2 balls and it was to hit the 8, there's a chance that you could just make it if you hit it off the face of it.
Well, we don't want to do that. That's out.
I was actually looking at playing it. You'd be like, oh, you could shoot the 9 off the 8 somehow in a bank shot and 1 rail into the 8 and then make it in the corner, but then the 8 would probably go too, and that's not good.
All right, well, he's got the 4 out into play, so that's good.
Yeah, now I think you just roll. Go back between those.
Yeah. Roll up on that 15 again.
Yeah. Ideally, I think you want to bump the 15 off the rail and then go and nestle up under that 14 so you can get the 15 off the rail. So then you can, because if you get short side on the 9 here, I mean, it does go all the way down once those other 2 balls are out of the way. He's going to have to deal with that, though. So he's just going to go gung-ho about it. Bank this ball. And then see what happens. Lined up on it good. Yeah,
He's made a nice shot. Slow down, 15. Where you going?
Looked like he was lined up good on it. I didn't see who won that game.
Again, man, you're fired.
I know. This is a struggle.
I'll be right back.
I just saw that it was over. I didn't get to see who won. Okay, so he thinned it in.
All right, unfortunately, Crystal did not win that game. So that puts Ranch Rovers in the lead, 5-4.
So he cut that ball, and then he left himself here. And I think you can bank this out like that. Oh, yeah, he would have liked to come all the way to the end rail. However, he has blocked the 4.
Yeah, and he's got the angle on the 1 to go in the wrong way. So he's got to come with a shot to get back on this 4.
Yeah, I think right here I'd consider shooting the 1 thinly and then just playing a safety and then just going back up and using the 4 as a blocker.
Looks like Donnie is going for it.
You definitely can shoot at it. If you miss it and you leave him that angle on the 9, though, then it leaches, you know.
No, is he gonna get him hooked? No, he's
No,
not.
I have to bank it. He might. Oh, maybe he can just cut it right in. It looks like it banks at the minimum, but it may cut in. I think I think he has to shoot it. He shoot the bank shot. I feel like if he's gonna spin it in. Is he gonna spin it in?
Maybe he can see enough of it to just shoot it straight
This is where
in.
you try to. I'm trying to read his body language right now. I'm not even looking at the balls. Yeah, he's gonna either jump it or he's using a little English.
Oh, he hit the 4.
First. Definitely hit the 4 first. Yeah, he didn't want to bank it, which I don't blame you, but he did make the other 2 banks in that rack, so it sort of kind of surprises me. And he would have had to shoot the 8 up table if he would have made it. Because the cue ball, you pretty much, I think, in that shot, you just bear down and make the bank. And then you play your speed, so your cue ball. Your cue ball's going to stay safe.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's playing this off the 4 on the side. I think the 4 was really tough there, and he didn't like it. So you just bear down. And you can actually use a high ball and go 2 rails. I think there's no scratch here.
Yeah, yeah.
And that'll go.
Center
and
follow.
You'll go straight at the side pocket, but you just, as long as you don't hit it too hard, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, looks like that's what he's trying to shoot. You could draw this ball. I just don't think there's a need to like stroke it unnecessarily. Yeah, he'd put a little draw on it, which is fine. I just think you can just let the cue ball flow off the object ball in that spot.
Oh, he's left it long and tough.
Yeah. This isn't terrible.
And over on that other table, we have Ken Wilson versus Ron. Ron Vickers from Ranch Rovers. And that was Ken breaking.
Ken's on a break and run here. He's got 3 balls in the 8, and they're in the open. The 8 looks like it's hanging in the jaws of the side pocket, so might be a good spot for Ken as long as he can get on the last 2 balls. He's on this 3 of those.
All right, as long as Donnie can find his way around this 9-ball, he's going to be sitting pretty good.
Yep. I think you just make sure you draw this ball enough not to hit the 9. Whoa. Juiced it up a little too much.
All right, just roll up on this 8. Roll up on this 8, nice and easy, safe behind the 8.
Well, that's tricky.
It is tricky, but
yeah, I
I've
mean,
been,
that's a good shot if you hit it. I might just bank this ball. I like that,
yeah,
actually.
if you can leave the cue ball up on the
Yeah.
end rail, sure.
Force him to shoot a bank.
All right.
You know, the way he's elevating, though, he could scratch if he hits this too full.
Kind of like
Which
that.
is what happened. It's an easy shot to scratch if you, in that situation. Just for some reason, that corner pocket is so big.
And it looks like Ken Wilson over there. Looks like he's going to get one for his team.
Yeah, the 8-ball must just be right in the side. Yeah, he just.
All right, was that a break and run over there for Ken?
I believe that was a
I
break
think
and
it
run.
was. All right, tied up, 5 apiece. So over on the other table, we're going to have Johnny from Soundview. He's going to be breaking against Tom from Ranch Rovers. All right, Les, you got this.
Wow.
Got a hold of that one.
Everybody's putting a stroke on the ball.
Yeah.
Hit two rails perfect.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know that. I feel like that's not what he was going for, but you know what? There's 6 pockets, and they're all. You don't have to pick it before you shoot your shot. You can wait till you end up in a spot and then shoot.
Which I am grateful for that you don't have to pick them ahead of time.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
if you
I'd
had
be
to
in
call
trouble.
your next shot.
I'd be
I
in
don't know if anyone would even play the game. It'd be too tough. Too tough.
All right, so Les winning that game, putting his team in the lead, 6-5. So Les is up again right away, playing Danny. Danny from Soundview will be breaking.
Johnny's breaking on the other table. He scratched on the break.
So it's going to bring Tom from Ranch Rovers. Tom will be getting ball in hand over on that other table.
So you guys just recently went to Derby City, huh? A couple months ago.
We did, yeah. We got lots of matches from Derby City. We got about 80 matches recorded. We've put up about 48 of them. We still got another 30 some matches to upload.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys doing that. That's really helpful for me as a player to watch, you know, good matches in a serious situation from, you know, especially top quality players like you're going to be at the Derby. So it's pretty fun to be able to have, and not just eventually, but like in a short period of time. You know, I've definitely seen a lot of matches at Derby that are 5 to 10 years old that just finally came out, you know.
Right.
And it's cool that you guys are putting that out so quickly. I've definitely, when I have more time after I stop practicing, now that this tournament's going to be over here, I won't be hitting as many balls. I'll be studying a little bit more, which is kind of what I like to do. Play a little bit of pool, study the game, try to learn a little bit.
Have you ever been to Derby City?
I did go, and I think it was 2008. It's been a while, definitely. It was a lot of fun, and I've always planned to go back, but it seems like I always end up doing something else with my free time.
Well, you definitely got to schedule in some time for it next time, so because it is just so much fun there.
Yeah, I know it's an amazing thing. Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I definitely want to go back. It seems like it's kind of in between this tournament and an October tournament for
Mhm.
BCA, and I pretty much religiously ended up down here. So
Right.
it's hard to do that instead. But maybe next year. I don't know. We'll see. I still got
Yeah.
a
It
little
might
bit of
be.
planning.
Yeah, it might be kind of hard to go to Derby and then turn around as soon as you get home from Derby to then another week
Yeah.
down here at the
Wow,
coast.
this rack is being picked apart nicely.
It is.
It looks like
did
the
he get
15?
the perfect angle?
It looks like the 15 is makeable here.
Did he get the perfect
And
angle to bump the 14 out?
Right, yeah, and if he can use it with looks like it might hit, the 2 might be in play, in which case if he used a little bit of inside English, you might be able to throw it in without fouling. And if he did do that, then it would be pretty automatic that the 14 would get kicked out. And then all he'd have to do is find a way back to the 10 and the 8. But the 8 should move too. Oh,
He missed it. Oh, no.
Well, he didn't make the breakout. He did make the ball.
Well, that's what I meant. He missed the 14. is what
Yeah,
I
he
meant.
didn't put it. He didn't put the follow that I thought he was going
Yeah,
to
he
on it,
just-
but it was a good shot. He definitely put. It looked like he put a little bit of right English on it, but he may not have. He might not have needed it. The angle looked like he needed it, from my view. Okay, well, Tom's at the table still on his first inning. 2 balls in the 8 left, but it's a little. He's got some traffic. This shot looks like a pure defensive shot. He's just going to move. Ooh, he hit the 4
He hit
first.
the 4.
He hit the 4.
All right, ball in hand for Danny.
Yeah, so now your main goal here is going to be able to break the 8 off the 14 and then leave all these other balls reasonable. This is a good starter shot here.
Start with the 1, draw into the 8,
Exactly.
leave yourself a shot on the 5.
Right, you only need to move that ball just enough. You don't have to whack it and get it to like be on the other side of the table.
Exactly.
If you can move the 8 ball into that other ball and have it move 4 inches.
Oh,
I
he
think
got a little harder than that, though.
Yeah, you got to actually, he just rubbed it basically. But let's see what happens here.
Oh, it was on the perfect line.
Yeah, I think he's on the other side of it now. I don't think that he's going to be able to use that 2 ball to break the 8 out. Yeah, he just kind of like used a little bit of a jab stroke. Because of how close the 1 was to the cue ball when he put draw on it, he was afraid that he was going to double hit the cue ball, so he let up on his swing a little bit, and that's why he didn't get the action.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Because he did have it placed where it could come into play. But he still can run some other balls here and then.
Well, it looks like he even has a little bit of angle on the 3. You can try to go into it.
Could. He might just be playing to. I mean, if you end up with a good angle on the 2 here, you can still use that to draw back. Overall, I think he's just playing these 3 balls, and he's going to use the 2 last, and then just shoot the 8 if he doesn't end up with like a clear, easy breakout shot. I think the 8's pretty bankable. It looks like it banks, so. Okay, so Tom has missed, and now Johnny's at the table with 4 balls left. On the other table. Now that you've pointed out that I haven't been paying enough attention, I'm going to start trying harder.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to end up playing for a bank shot here. So you shoot 7, cue
Yeah.
ball to the middle of the table, just cut the 2 in, bring the cue ball around, and bank
Yep.
the 8 in.
Just play it from where it lies.
This is the hand you're dealt. Oh, what's he doing?
Yeah,
All right.
it's interesting that he elevated that much on that shot. Didn't seem that he needed to do that to make it go up table like that, but the way that the result was, I'm not going to argue with the way he hit it. That was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, he's got it in a good spot here. Just got to control the speed to leave yourself a bank on the 8.
Yeah, if you can leave yourself sort of a straight in, bank shot down into the corner, actually, you can kind of like use a stop shot type stroke to just kind of freeze it to the side of the 14 and leave them basically in a bad spot. You know what I mean?
Leave them
Even if-
squadoosh.
Yeah, if you don't make it, if you play your speed. And that would be important in that shot, that you play the speed so that the 8's kind of like towards the corner pocket, closer to the corner pocket. If you leave it on the end rail, then they can just slide off of it, and then you're in a worse spot. So Johnny missed, and now Tom has 2 balls. And the 8, but he's elevated, sort of a thin cut, and he has to play the speed.
All right, didn't like it, just
Yeah.
playing safe.
Yeah, this is fine. See, because he knows, okay, well, this guy, the 14 doesn't go. So it's not super important, you know what I mean, that I make a hero shot here.
Right.
And that's smart. He's just going to play a little bit of a moving game here and see who ends up giving the other player the right spot. Okay, so Tom's on the 8. But he's frozen to the rail and he's straight in. So this is tough. Oh. Well, if you can play his speed here, you can just go right back, get your cue ball back on this, you know what I mean, back between under the 14 and then above the 14.
And he's left him the super thin cut. The 10 ball blocks the bank.
On this shot, do you hit this shot with any draw? I like to actually hit this shot with a little bit of right English.
Just a little right of
Not
center.
really any draw, because draw, I feel like when that spot will get me out of control.
And just center ball with just a hair of outside.
Right, exactly. People think you got to draw the ball, and that's actually, you just need to turn it a little bit. Okay, so Tom jawed the 8 ball. It was a good effort, though. That was a tough shot. And Johnny has made one. He's getting, looks like he's got a decent position here. Oh, well, didn't get punished. So you can kick it to 2 and hopefully leave them like doubled up on the 14 and the 10. That's what your goal is here.
And preferably leave the 2 where it goes and not tied up on the 8.
Exactly. But I think that's, well, Johnny won that game.
All right. Johnny getting one back for Soundview, tying it back up 6 apiece.
So do you kick this one back up towards the 8? I think that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, as opposed to kicking off at the side
If you were
rail.
to slow kick it off the side rail, you might get it to float down into like close to the point, and that would leave them in a kind of a tricky spot. But the 2 ball wouldn't be very easy to make.
Yeah, if you slow kicked off the left rail, that you're going to leave your 2 ball on the bottom rail. And it's just too easy just to go upstream to play safe.
Right. But kicking the other way is dangerous because I feel like it's easier to sell out the 14 going that direction. Unless you kick it right up toward the 8, and then you go into the rail and back out of the rail. But then now the speed's a little much.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
He did leave him the 14.
Yeah, and the 10 actually is cuttable too. But I mean, the 14 is the right shot, I think. Although the 2 does go if he ends up somehow up table like that with a shot on it. And the 2 is sort of interfering with some of the patterns that you might end up with on the 8. You can't shoot at short side anymore.
Right, yeah, the 8 does not pass the 2 up table. So you got to get like, from the 14, you got to get like middle of the table on the 10. Or you can either come 1 rail up for the 8 in the same pocket or draw 2 rails around.
Yeah.
Either way, the 8's got to go in the same pocket as the 10.
Right. And this is pretty good. This is a good angle.
Yeah, just come around table for the 8 in the same pocket.
Yeah.
He could even go long. He can go 3 rails the long way.
I like to hit this harder a lot of the time and come back around, like use a lot of rails. I'm a big fan of multi-rail positions. Just because my speed I feel like is terrible, and that's
So there's 6 so there's 6 cushions on this table. You want to try to hit every one of them,
well,
right?
just 3 of them.
Just 3 of the 6.
Well, maybe 4 if depending on how I'm doing it.
Well, he's only going to use 2 of them.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I say that, but I'm like, this shot here is pretty manageable.
Yeah.
I mean, he hit the spin right. It's just, I guess under the heat, I get nervous, and then I like starting to hit the ball harder because I can let my stroke out a little bit.
Meanwhile, over on the other table, we have Donning versus Ryan.
Yeah, and Dawning's on his break shot right now.
All right, nice shot there, Les. Getting one back again for the Ranch Rovers.
This is neck and neck all the way. It's been
It
within
is.
1 game since I've gotten here. I think it was 2-0 when I sat down. It's a good match. And actually, it's been pretty, the way I look at it, the games have been moving along, and actually the guys are both doing what, like good work where they're not dilly-dallying with the safeties and doing too much overly defensive stuff, but they're getting work done when they play it safe. They're breaking their balls out and they're giving themselves a chance to win, And I like to see that, even if you end up missing the ball, at least you're putting yourself in a position where you can win the game. And I think there's something to that. If you're trying to advance as a player, one of the ways you do that is by putting yourself in those spots where you can shoot that shot and win, and then you just do it, and then all of a sudden you start doing it more often. I like defensive pool, but you still have to make balls to win ultimately, And against another player that maybe is trying to be offensively minded while playing these moves, you're going to be at sort of a disadvantage if you try to just hold them down the whole time.
All right, so on the table in front of us here, we have Crystal from Soundview racking and breaking against Dustin from Ranch Rovers.
This is like she's like a built-in advertisement for the Littman light here. Which is
here we got to turn around here. Get lit, man.
Yeah. No, which is cool because these lights are amazing.
We love the Littman lights. Here, let's have a look at that.
I'm considering actually, I have a 7-foot bar table at home.
LittmanLights.com
And
overhead cam.
I'm seriously considering picking one of these up at some point when I have time.
Yeah, put the GoPro camera in it too.
Yeah. It's nice. My ceiling's a little lower, I think, than where that's hanging, but I think that's okay. The light's actually really nice, and it's got good balance. I think I'm just using like one of those $40 shop lights right now, which is enough light for a bar table, but it's not ideal. Well, yeah, this is the first year I've actually kind of looked at it. I know they had them last year, but I never really spent any time looking at it. But actually, I think it's a nice looking light. It's like not too much light.
So you have a 7-foot table. Is it a diamond or a valley, or what do you have?
I have a 7-foot diamond bar table in my garage, and I have a 9-foot Brunswick Gold Crown 3 in my garage as well. But it's very cold in there. I need to increase my R value significantly.
Yeah, just drywall by itself does not provide a lot of insulation in the garage.
Well, I have some that I think partly I have some. There's some leaks as far as there's air passing
that
through.
that doesn't help either.
And I'm just I've been working on it, but once I got the tables in there, it was hard to start working on the garage when I could just play pool instead.
Yeah, if you're in the garage and you can feel the wind blowing through your hair from outside, it might be a little bit drafty in there.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that bad, but it's this year's been unseasonably cold for my area.
For every area. For our area in Michigan, too.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I don't even think I'd attempt to have my tables in my garage if I lived in the area. It would be impossible to keep it warm in there. But without spending some real dough. But it's, one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Basically, I just taught myself how to play pool with a sweatshirt on. That's kind of how it ended up.
All right,
Okay.
tried to twist that ball in, didn't quite make it. Brings Crystal to the table, looking at solids.
Right on. And then Donning is still on his. I think it's actually this. Yeah. We're gonna have a kind of a moving battle now. He shot a shot. He tried a combination. The other player's ball in. Missed the combination, but he tied up 2 of the other player's balls with his own balls. So this game has actually been lengthened just now on the other table a little bit. But I mean, it's not that bad.
All right, so Crystal at the table. Yeah, those solids up table got, they got those stripes camped out in both pockets up there. I think she just needs to pocket one of those stripes up there and leave the cue ball up table.
Yeah, shoot one of her balls into their ball. You could even call your ball. Because, on these diamonds, if you hit them dead square, they roll enough and the cloth's fast enough where that ball will travel past and pocket it. You don't have to. A lot of people think you got to smash it, but you're actually, if you get the ball rolling at a decent pace and you hit it full, it'll actually go a lot of the time. You do have to practice the shot, because if you hit it off more than one, or like a little bit, the carom will just carry it away from the pocket and it won't go in. All right, so yep, okay, so that's not much going on over there. He's actually got a chance to win this game if he makes a really good shot right here. Huh. Ooh, he tried so hard to hold that.
Now he has 3 corners staked out here. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is tricky. Now, I don't know if there's really a good opportunity for her to do much that will allow her to be able to win this game. He's got so many ducks. I mean, really, you'd have to do. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that can happen. Yeah, I mean, that's a good shot. I mean, you could almost try to like make the one past the 15 and then send the cue ball at the 14. I don't think a roll-up save here is going to help. It looks like she's just banking it.
That's a nice bank.
That was a nice bank. Well, she's using the holes that are there so far.
All right, now it looks like she's just going to try to pocket those stripes up there. Yeah, she could cut the...
Oh,
and she made the bank. Man, she's a banking machine. Man.
She definitely was trying for the bank, don't you think? I
Yeah.
didn't see her if she called it. That was a nice shot. That's unfortunate she scratched. If she would have hit it perfectly full like that, the cue ball would have came back out somehow. She hit it with enough speed to get it to where it wouldn't have gotten trapped under her in that cluster. If she would have hit the 7 ball with the cue ball there, that would have been sweet. Instead of going right past it. So what do you like here? I probably shoot the 10 here.
I was thinking, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm trying to figure out.
Or no, actually, it's a free shot if you think about it. You can shoot this to play shape for the 10, and if you don't get on it, you can just use the 11. So you got 2 chances to get on the 10. But I think the 10 is the only ball that can get. Well, I don't really like shooting the 11 to the 9, or to the 8, I should say. Myself, I hate shooting the ball that's in the jaws to play shape on the last ball. It seems like it's easy to get out of line, but I talked about that earlier. Maybe it's just I have some sort of a phobia.
Well, he's kind of hooked on this 11. He's
little bit,
back.
yeah.
He's back cutting the 10 instead of playing the combination.
Yeah, I think the combination is way safer here, way more makeable.
I'm
although
not sure why.
you could lose the 10. He missed it, and he exposed the 4.
Yeah, not sure why he chose to shoot the back cut the 10 instead of just shoot the 10-11 combination. That was a much easier shot. I think he was thinking he wants to leave the 11 there to block the 3-4.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it seems like that's just, he's just expecting her not to make another bank shot here.
All right. Come on, Crystal. We know you're a banking machine. Bank this 3 in and get perfect on the 4 and run them out. Or if she makes this 4, she could even play the 3-11 or 13,
Yeah.
whatever that is. Play that
and
combination.
open that pocket up, because now
Yeah.
his 10 ball is.
And don't leave him a shot on the 10.
Yeah, his 10 ball's not. Ooh.
She's left distance.
Ooh.
Is she going to get him hooked? Does she get him hooked on both of them?
Definitely on the 11, although I don't know if he can kick one rail behind the 3. It doesn't look like that's there.
Well, at the very least, she's
The
left
10
a
ball.
lot. She's left about as much distance as you possibly can on this table.
If she'd have made
Corner
that
to
shot and
corner.
ended up in that spot, she could have. Yeah. Ooh, he missed. Oh,
Are you going to leave her good on the 3?
that's pretty good.
I would take this.
Yeah, I
I'd
feel like
I'd
this is your
accept
best
this.
chance here. You're thinking to yourself, oh, this is my best chance to make the 3.
It is. You got to go for the 3 now.
Gotta go for it. You know.
All right, what's going on at that other table over there? Dawning is
Dawning,
still at the
they're-
table, right? I mean,
This is not Dawning.
it's still his game, though, right?
Yeah,
We didn't miss a game somewhere.
I didn't. I've been actually looking over there. Dawning was not victorious, so that must be Ryan that he was playing. So Ryan just won that game.
Oh, is that Ken over there now? Ken versus Tom? No, that's not Tom.
Well, we're on this game here. Donnie and Ryan.
Dawning and
That
Ryan.
just finished and Ryan won
Just now. Okay,
just now.
just now.
Ryan has yet to be on the stream here. Oh, he was at the beginning when I wasn't here.
All right, so Ryan won the game for Ranch Rovers, extends their lead 8-6, and that's going to bring Ken Wilson from Soundview against Tom. What did I say? Starkley? I can't read Sherry's writing. Against Tom from the Ranch Rovers.
Well, she elected not to shoot the 3 ball. She shot that other ball, and then she shot the 7.
Well, she still has the opportunity to just pocket that that stripe that's in the corner and not leave him a good shot on the 10.
That's definitely true. And actually, right now, it's even better to do that now than it was before, because that ball, the 8, is actually blocking a lot of the potential spots where the cue ball would end up if you shot that combination.
Yeah, so now would be
It's
a good time
to shoot that shot.
shoot the combo.
And this 4 ball or the 2 ball is not laying really easy, especially because you're going to be stretched out pretty good over that, over the table in order to even shoot that shot. This would be a spot where I'd really think about using that 3 ball to just
All
pop.
right.
She must not be thinking of it that same way. She could come. She might be looking to just shoot the 2 and then come into the 3. Interesting. I'm not sure what she was trying to do there.
I swore I saw her call the 2 in that bottom right corner on screen.
Huh.
I swore I saw her call it there. Oh, bumped the 3 out. Gonna give her a shot on the 3 to the side. No.
No. roll the 4 or roll the 2 in here, and then bank the 3. Might have a cross bank on the 3, which is that's a good shot too. I think the cross bank's as good as anything else. The 3, if you make the 2, the 3 is going to be difficult. So if the 3 is makeable, at least if you make the 3, I feel like the cue ball's going to float down and maybe bump the 2, and you're probably going to end up with a shot on the 2 of some sort.
Okay, so apparently Tom's last name is Storley. Thank you,
Storley.
thank you, Karen Harvey in the chat. Thank you. So it's Tom Storley. Thank you. All right, good hit and left distance, but he can probably, if he doesn't like this 10, he can start with the 11.
Yeah, 11. Just roll up for the 10 on the side, and then the 8 in that same pocket as the 11. Looks like the generic run out. It's easy for that to generic to turn into unique, though.
Yeah.
Pretty quick. Oh, he played one rail. Yep, here we go.
Yeah, this is landed in a kind of a tricky spot. It's about, I'm not saying it's the worst it could have landed, but it's definitely not in the top half of the preferred layouts.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to force the cue ball to do something in order to get shape here.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, he played it off the, that came back nice off the back of the 3. It was a good shot, good stroke. He just got tired of playing pool here. He just wants to finish this game.
All right, Ranch Rovers, 9-6. That's going to bring less again, because less is more, apparently. So, all right, we have Johnny from Soundview will be playing less, and it'll be Les's break.
And yeah, Tom.
Meanwhile,
Tom is playing Ken.
Tom is playing Ken over on the other table.
I feel like we're old friends now. I'm starting to recognize everyone.
Yeah. By the end of the match, you know everyone's name, which is useful when it comes time to if we get to the finals later, and then we've already had this team on the stream 2 times already. It's like we're all best buds now.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And you've probably learned about their whole family history from people in the chat room telling you all about them.
Yeah. Yeah. So potentially, this could end after these 2 games are over. This is race to 11, yeah?
Race to 11.
Yeah, because Tom's at the table. He's got 1 trouble ball. He didn't get there. So Kenny actually has a good opportunity here on his table. He has 1 trouble ball as well, but he has his starter shot actually is the ball that you'd shoot to get to that ball. So that's actually, if he hits it nice, then he can get out. And he seems like, I feel like he's kind of like, at least from what I've seen, and I've known him a long time, he's a solid player, so he might be the anchor type guy on this team.
All right, here we go. Les with the break. And they finally got the projectors turned on.
It is cool how you can kind of watch up there if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to.
There's not anywhere to sit and watch though. Jeez. This place is packed, man. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, it's standing room
There's nothing
only
like this. Yeah, it's like a concert. Oh, Kenny.
There we got a nice wide open break here.
Kenny just scratched over there on the other tables. Tom's balls are all open. So, might be over on that table on this inning if Tom completes the run. This is Johnny. It's an open table, you said?
It's open, yep. This is the first shot after the break.
Yeah, so he has the 6 ball is the trouble ball, or those 2 stripes are the trouble ball. Pretty much everything else is fine.
Yeah.
If you wanted to shoot stripes, you could shoot that 9 first, and that would make. But I actually think if you can get on this, he can shoot the 5 here. The trouble is going to get you to get at that 6 ball.
Yeah.
It's tricky. It's down. It's deep in there.
You might be able to play the 7 off the 6 to break it out.
I don't know if that's advantageous. Almost it might. You'd have
to hit it hard to get that 6 out of there.
Yeah, good point.
You can't hit it
if
soft.
you hit it hard, it should go off those 2 balls and release from the cluster.
But you'd have to have like ball in hand position on the 7 for that.
Yeah, you don't want to be straight in on it, right? Straight in on that shot.
Right. Yeah, especially if you're hitting it hard. Yeah, you want like ball in hand position on the 7. And he's removing his. Oh, if he banks this, he can break him out.
Yeah, the bank shot.
He's banking the 7.
Yeah, with a little bit of draw. Oh, see, he was trying to play into the nook. Just get tight in there on that 6. In retrospect, I think I liked the way you were talking about doing it. If you get fairly straight on the 7, you can just fire it off the side of the 6, and it'll go. And then you just see what happens. Yeah, but he hasn't left a dream scenario. I almost like shooting the 12 and then playing a triple combo.
That's what I was just looking at.
And then just hoping that the cue ball ends up under the 13.
Oh, under the 13. There you go. I like that.
You see what I mean? Like if you end up on the rail,
nice.
You roll the 12 in, you leave the cue ball closer to the rail. Then when you shoot the 11, the 13, 11 into the 6, then the 13 will float up a little bit. And if you use a little bit of high ball,
I like
then
that.
you could probably get under the 13. Yeah, well, this is tough because its balls are all tripled up here. Yeah, apparently this guy doesn't. Not that I blame him. I like shooting myself. But those 2 balls, there was just nothing to get at him. Actually, you know what? If he would have ended up with an angle on the 10 and the side, I think that's what he was trying to do, is use the 10 and then go down 2 rails back into those balls. I don't think he intended to get this deep, because if he was like parallel to the 10, he could have used it, went 2 rails into the bottom. If you can go into the bottom of the 13 or just hit it full, then you're going to make one of them. I feel like the 6 is almost wired with those way those balls are set up. He just overrolled. Well, it's not over yet. I mean, that 6 is still sort of tricky. I don't know that he can make it.
And did he get him frozen on the 7 where all he can see is the 6?
Ooh. I think he can shoot the 1. But if not, he's going to bank the 6 out of there or make the 6 if he can make it. He might be able to make it. It's hard to see. It's really hard to see. And you're in elevated. This isn't your favorite shot. I think he's going to shoot it. He must be able to make it. He's probably just thinking, I need to get this ball out of here. This is ruining my style right now. Oh, he tried to double kiss it in. That's a cool shot. And it actually worked out really nice.
And left the pocket block.
It worked out really nice.
That did work out nice. Good shot there.
Off daily to the tournament desk.
Okay. So Tom is giving Kenny ball in hand with 4 or 5 balls on the table. Although he has 1 shot that looks a little bit tricky, but I think he can use his ball in hand to just shoot it. Yeah. So if he ends up with a good position after this shot, then he can get out. What do we got here?
Brings Johnny to the table. Everything's opened up now. He either has, you know, straight in on the 5 to the corner. He might be able to go rail first on the 6. He's cutting the 7 in the side.
I think you shoot the 4 here. I wouldn't want to shoot this combination. If the 5 goes, you can shoot the 5. I don't know if it went down far enough to go. Doesn't look like it goes past the 9.
Does not look like the 5 passes the 9. All right,
I think
4
you
on the
just
side.
you shoot the 4 and you go to the end rail here. Whoa. Kind of hit that a little harder than necessary. Although he's tied up, unless his ball's there. The 13 and the 11 are married up again in not a great position.
Bonjour, Nathan from Canada. All right, just nice and easy. Rail first, come to the middle of the table. Oh, he had something else in mind.
Yeah, I think he was a little straight to be simple to go. Well, no, rail first. Yeah, rail first. You could have. Yeah, that would have been nice. He just shot straight at it, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of
he
watching.
he elevated
this
and
other
shot
game.
straight at it. All right, just don't push this 3 where it's going to be all messed up. All right, well, the 3's not messed up.
5's
Alright.
a little tougher.
Well, he's going to be moving this 9 right away, I think.
That's likely. Yeah. Although if you shoot the 10, it's like almost a stop shot. Yeah, I wouldn't shoot that first. I think the 9. Shoot the 9, play for straight on the 10. I think if you can get straight on the 10, then the 15, or not the 15, but the 13 is makeable at that angle.
Over on the other table, looks like Ken Wilson shooting at the 8. All right, Ken. 9-7.
Yep, hanging in there. That's all you can do sometimes.
All right, so on the other table, it's going to bring Danny from Soundview. It's going to be against Ryan from Ranch Rovers. Ryan will be racking and breaking. So meanwhile, Les has got himself a nice straight-in shot on this 10. And you're thinking this 13 goes, or at
Yeah.
least, or at least.
It does, but this
All right,
is not ideal
yeah.
angle. But the carom is almost wired. You can almost just cut it and expect that if you hit the 11 slightly first, like split them, that it'll go. And then just use a high ball to make sure that it gets there. Yeah,
Kinda
that's
like
kind
that.
of what happened there. As long as these balls aren't straight in with each other, he can roll this ball and then roll the 15.
No, it looks like they're good. The
Yeah,
that
if they're
ball
not doubled
passes.
up, yeah. Well, that was a good shot. I mean, he did what he had to do from there. I don't know that you could have really expected to end up with much better position than that. That ball was pretty tough to make from the angle he was at. Yeah, he was just rolling it up to try to play for the side, I think. Just overcut it, which is easy to do. That wasn't easy because he was like almost, you're almost straight in. You're frozen to the rail. That's a recipe for, a lot of good things don't happen there. You really got to spend a lot of energy practicing those types of shots in order to be good at them. Well, Johnny needs to bear down and make a thin cut on the 3 here.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice cut. Oh, man.
That
Good
was
effort.
about as thin as it gets, huh? And he would have ended up with a nice shot.
That was good effort there, Johnny.
That was a tough shot. He did good there, I think, to get that close. That was not easy. Kind of the same situation as before. He's close to the rail.
This time I
You
think
just
it's a little bit easier this time because for this you can just let the cue ball roll forward and you have the 11 in the side.
Yeah,
where
that's true.
that wasn't
It's
really.
not quite on the rail, but it's kind of like eerily similar. Or
Yeah, I think this one's a little bit easier
he's
than
more
last time.
thinking, he's like, why am I not just straight in? He floated it, nice shot. And he's off the rail enough. Now, same thing, just naturally float this ball. I think the side pocket's your likely pocket for the 8 as well. I don't think that I want to shoot this. Well, maybe you shoot it straight in. It's close to straight in, huh? It's just far.
Yeah, he's just off of straight in on this 11. The cue ball's going to be tracking towards that side pocket. So just don't hit it hard enough for the cue ball to get to the side pocket.
No, I overcut it and scratched. I've done that about a million times. Worried about the scratch,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden your body's like, oh, you want to scratch? Okay.
All right, Johnny, you got this. Just nice and easy. Johnny's been struggling with his cue ball speed a little bit.
You like shooting it this way?
I'd probably go the other way where you're using that side rail.
Yeah.
You know, like you
Going
start
right at the path. Just barely got enough past it. I'm sure he was playing for the corner. The way he went, he had the good line to get on the corner, but he just hit it with too much speed. And that's my multi-rail position argument.
with.
All right.
All right, nice shot there, Johnny.
It's close.
All right, 9-8.
9-8. And on the other table, Ryan is just scratched. The balls they're very close together on that table.
All right, and on our front table here, we're going to have Donning from Soundview versus Dustin from Ranch Rovers. Dustin will be breaking.
All right, can I get team captains from Oddballs and Chalk Norris? Chalk Norris and Oddballs to the tournament desk, please. Oddballs, Chalk Norris, tournament desk.
Waiting for the players to make their way over here. All right, here he comes. Here comes Ryan.
I think this is Dustin.
Dustin, you are correct. Dustin, my bad. Sorry, Dustin. Didn't mean to call you Ryan.
Yeah.
Way to way to have my back there. Way to
I'm working
watch
on it.
out for me.
I'm getting these guys dialed in just in time for it to move on to some other match. It's a good match, though. It's been close.
It's close.
They're kind of like grinding in, grinding out type match.
Yeah, that's the problem with the Fargo weight. It makes every match close. Every match is going hill.
Right.
It makes for tournaments last twice as long.
Yeah, do you think that's kind of the result of what's happening with the caps? I mean, you
I don't
definitely
know.
probably have more experience with this than me just by watching however many matches you've watched.
Yeah, ever since they went to Fargo 8, we get lots of hill matches, way more than ever before. Whether it's single scotch doubles or teams, just so many more hill matches.
Send someone to the tournament desk. Oddballs to the tournament desk.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation. I mean, anytime, yeah, obviously if you go the distance, that match will typically always go over the recommended amount of time.
All right, here we go. Dustin with the break. Oh, and that is an illegal rack. He had 2 stripes on the corners.
Now, I mean, because this is live stream, you guys aren't an official referee, though, right?
No.
So you wouldn't say anything.
No,
You're just it's like you're spectating.
we're just
but you're not here.
spectators. We're spectators. It's not our job to enforce the rules or to be referees or anything like that.
Yeah, I was talking to someone about a situation that happened, and I actually asked because it was on video if the referees could use instant replay to make a call on a situation. But I just kind of assumed that wasn't going to happen. I was curious if that.
A referee has never asked me to replay a shot, so I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
curious.
if they asked me to, I'd be happy to oblige, but it's never. They've never asked me to.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing that might end up being down the road. I know that earlier the other day, somebody got their video camera out to video record a shot while it was being struck.
Yeah, Summerfield did that.
Yeah.
He was
And-
telling me about that.
Yeah, it was him. Just in case there was controversy, and I don't know if he has like
Yeah.
a slow motion feature on his camera.
Yeah, he was. He was doing it at 120 frames per second. He was doing it in the ultra slow mo.
It was actually kind of the way that it was. It was interesting. Just he ended up kind of like butchering the shot.
Yeah,
And
that's
it
what
was
he told me.
It sort of was like there was too much hoopla about it, and I just kind of like the longer it went on, the more I was like, you know what? It's one of those situations where you feel like you're just never going to make it because the moment when you're really dialed in is past already, and now you're like,
Right.
you start allowing the situation to start to get in your mind.
Good point.
That seems like it happens to me. It's like, it's so, I mean, that moment when you get sharked by whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be an opponent. It can be something that you were thinking about, and then all of a sudden now you got to come back to the game, and it just feels like it's like you're lifting a mountain. It's just hard to overcome that sometimes. Whoa. I thought that was in. It looked like it was going to hit 6 rails and trickle in. And it hit 5 rails and hung.
All right, so brings Dustin to the table, looking at this 5 in the side. Just a bit outside. Yeah, I think that 14-12, I think that's lined up to that upper corner. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah. This is a pretty decent situation if you're stripes. Because of that, yeah, that short side combination looks pretty makeable, really. If he has a shot to get on it right now, like shoot the 11, then shoot the combo, then if he gets a little funny on the last ball, he can shoot that 9, come back around for the 14.
I was thinking go 9 to 11 and just save the combo for last and then 8 in the side.
Ooh, that's also good. If you end up moving that ball too much, that combination, Oh, I think this is still good. I'm not sure what's going to happen now. He's on the rail, so.
Yeah, he's going to have to shoot this with a high ball and just roll into the 14.
I wonder if he's thinking to play it short side. It doesn't seem like he's really looking at the combo.
He's not looking at the combo.
He's probably trying to play 1 or 2 rails into it. Or he might have still been playing the shot that you said. He just didn't get there. He looked like he was trying to hit that sort of thin. He didn't hit it with such speed that he looked like he was trying to break it out. And if he ends up calling this combo, then he definitely probably saw it, and then that means he just didn't play it earlier.
Yeah, he just called it.
And it's there. You just got to hit it at the ball.
And that's pretty good.
Made it.
Nice shot, and he's got a shot on the 14.
Yep.
He can bump that 8 out, or even try to come around, but yeah, just bump the 8 out.
I think they bump the 8. As long as you don't bump it too hard to where it gets close to the rail, you'll end up with the shot on the side or the corner, depending on the angle you hit it at. I feel like if you draw the ball and bump it, that's a good shot because it'll kick down towards the spot a little bit, and then the cue ball will kind of float up.
This is good. This is good. That's perfect.
Wow, what a nice shot that was.
What a nice out.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty sweet kick.
Hey, William R. from North Texas Panhandle. Welcome. Thanks for joining.
All right.
I think we're all knotted up here, 9 apiece. Donning getting one back for Soundview.
All right, and Ryan is shooting the ball before the 8 on his table. Oh, he hit it wide, but made it. Ooh, ooh. And now he's kind of straight in. This is tricky. He's almost dead straight on the 8, and he's basically straight in on it. See if he makes it. He's really just got to concentrate. When you're almost straight in, I almost just concentrate on shooting right past the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just act like you're just shooting right past the ball and just put a nice smooth stroke on it.
He's missed it, and he's not left it too easy.
Yeah,
I think
it looks like
is that a bank shot? Is that a bank shot or a cut?
I believe the bank is there. I don't think the cut is there. And this might be a
Here,
spot.
let's go have a look. While they're racking on the other table, let's have a look at this game here.
I don't know if you go for it here or not. There's a slight chance of a double kiss, but these rails bank a little shorter than you'd think, so you can actually cut the ball slightly. I think he got a double kiss there. But he ended up where this is actually not great. Not a great result if you're the guy watching that bank not get made. You might be able to cut this ball into the side or bank it into the side. I think you could play a safety here by thinning it towards the corner. As long as you don't scratch, then the cue ball will go down table and leave a fairly tough angle. This is getting down to it. So now we've got how many games we have left? Just these two that are playing and one more, huh?
Yeah.
Or no, is this the Hill game going?
No.
Oh, I see. This is a different score sheet than we were using. I didn't see this bottom score sheet. Okay, so yeah, there's these two plus one more potentially.
Yes. All right. Slice this 8 in to put your team on the hill.
Yep,
You got
you
this.
can just go for it. As long as it doesn't scratch, it's likely the cue ball will get safe because you're going away from that other ball. Unless you just absolutely whack it, you'll end up on the same side of the table as where the 15 is, as far as on the right or left side. A little hard. Yeah, if he would have hit that just a touch softer, that would have been a really, really, really nice shot. Only thing is that he actually did leave him what I'd consider a pretty makeable shot, leading to probably a pretty makeable 8. It's just given the situation, and it's far from. He's pretty far away from it, but I mean.
If you just make it, you figured
you just
to
need
have
to
a
make
shot.
this ball.
Well, unless you scratch. Wow.
Wow. That was interesting. I thought it was going to go straight up. Just up and down.
That's what I was
surprised that happened.
All right, well, let's go back to our main table here. Figuring he's probably going to be able to handle that ball in hand on the 8.
And he did. So now it's 10 to 9.
The Ranch Rovers
Ranch
on the hill.
Rovers.
So over here on the table in front of us now, we have Crystal from Soundview versus Ron from Ranch Rovers. And Ron is the one that broke and left us this mess. We have Ron to thank for this. Oh, nice shot there, Ron. Over on that other table, we're going to have Ken Wilson breaking against Les Harvey from Ranch Rovers. That will be the hill match if it's needed.
But they're going to play it anyways, right? I mean, you're supposed
They're
to play
playing it, yeah, they're playing it anyway.
all
They
the
don't wait.
available games, even if their potential ending one is going in play.
Yeah, you don't wait for this game
Yeah.
to finish. You just play that final match.
Yeah, even if, for instance, Kenny was to win that game before this game was completed. Well, I guess that wouldn't have. I mean, it wouldn't end it because then it would be hill, but that would be kind of like turns this game into a hill potential game.
Mm-hmm. Right. Brings Crystal
I've
to
had
the
that
table,
happen.
looking at solids.
I've had that happen a few times where we were playing on 2 tables and the hill game actually gets played and finished before the one that's going on already, and then that causes that game to all of a sudden you're playing hill, or the other person, whoever's playing that game, turns into the hill person, which is fun.
Yeah, ask what you think about it. Just tell me when it's my turn to play.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to do it.
All right, nice shot.
All right, so well, she can shoot the 7. And depending on how much collision she has with that 5 ball, or if she collides with it at all, she may end up with the bank on the 2 ball. Assuming that she makes it, which looks like, yeah, it looks like it passes pretty easily.
Yeah, it looks like it has a nice little pathway through there.
Oh, she hit it full.
Well, hey, she broke out her 1. Maybe that's even better.
Yeah, but
And I don't think she
Ron
leave
has
anything?
it straight in on this 14. I think when she bumped the 5, that bumped the 14 just enough. And the 15 goes now, it looks like, past the 7. I believe that he's got a shot here. At the minimum, the 11 goes in the side. I know that he can definitely cut that ball on the side if he can't shoot the 14. I think he just didn't like that 14 ball. An 11 on the sides, or half pocket, but it's just hanging there, so.
Man, I still want to just fire this 12 in the side and just run the cue ball into this cluster in the middle of the table.
Really?
Just rearrange everything.
I don't know. I don't know if you have to or not.
No, of course you don't have to. He could have picked his way through there.
I think he still can do it. You can shoot that 15 and then cut the 13 this side. And then I'll bump the 5 and potentially leave an avenue. I'm not sure that the 8, or the 9 goes underneath the 8 into that corner. Looks like it might go. It's definitely close enough to where you can just roll it close to the hole.
He's either left himself a thin cut on the 13 to the side, or possible bank on the 14 to the corner.
Yeah.
That 9 ball might be blocking the bank.
Yeah, it looks like me like it is. But we're shooting at it. Maybe it's not. What do we know?
Or maybe he's just trying to get the 14 near the pocket.
Yeah. Could be time to open the balls up for him. Give himself a chance to win.
No, he wasn't trying to just move it to the pocket. He was trying to make it.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
definitely hit it with some speed.
Things are opened up.
Yep.
Got opportunities.
The 8's a little tricky.
Yeah,
I like using the 5 ball here as the last ball. You know, shoot it in the side and roll down for the 8. You know, it doesn't appear as though Crystal is trying to do much with her cue ball at all other than make these balls and kind of just play the speed a little bit. She's not afraid to shoot short side at all. But she seems like she's making, I mean, every game she's played, she's been close. I think if she would have, I think she overlooked shooting that combination in that one game and that caused her. Right? If she would have seen that, I think that she could have definitely won that game. Just kind of overlooked a good move.
Well, brings Dustin to the table. He's got a shot on this 14. Still checking to see if that 9 goes. Don't think the 13 passes the 2 to the side. No, it does not. The 13 does pass the 7 to the corner if he shoots this 14 like with some inside or something that comes up in between the 13-5. All right, I think he's playing the 9. All right, I think he's decided the 9 goes. And if he can come around up that side rail and get a good shot on that 13 next to the same pocket, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Well, he got the cue ball where he wanted it, or almost where he wanted it.
Oh.
And actually, the speed was good. He just hit the 9 a little too full. If he hit the 9 thin enough to make the 9, then that cue ball would have gone a little bit farther, and he would have been perfect on the 13.
Exactly. I think a lot of people, myself included, you know, when you analyze the result of a shot, you got to really think about the speed that you struck the ball. A lot of times it's actually still good. It's just because of the thinness or the fullness of the hit that you made.
Oh, nice little shot there by Crystal.
That was a good shot. Kind of like forcing him to do something. Although he can play the 5 off the 9 here.
Yeah, play the billiard.
And it'll clear it. If he hits it with good speed, it'll clear it out. So Les is on the other table. He's got ball in hand.
Switch players on the Ranch Rovers right now. Right now we have Ron playing Crystal from Ranch Rovers, and we have Les from Ranch Rovers playing Ken on the other table.
Yeah, and Les has ball in hand with 3 balls and the 8, but he's looking at lining up a combination out of the cluster. And that might be actually the right shot, but it's not a hanger. He's definitely trying to win the game. You might be thinking about it. He doesn't have much else, and I don't think he's willing to try to shoot a breakout shot. Yeah, this is not bad. I mean, nine doesn't go. Yeah, she can play the 5 off the 9 with some speed to open it. She chooses to. I believe the 5 is just going to go off the 9 into the hole. I don't even know if it matters, like if you hit it straight at it almost or not, any sort of a cut towards it.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Oh, that doesn't kill her. Not sure she was playing to do there. Les did not make the shot.
All right, brings her onto the table, trying to figure out what to do with this. Trying to figure out what to do with this 9-5. So, yeah, I think he's just going to just play the billiard on the 9-5 and leave the cue ball down here.
Yeah.
Problem is it's going to. Problem is
Looks
it's
like
going
he's
to
trying to actually maybe go. Nope. He just made it. It looked like he was going to juice it up there and try to do something, but.
Yeah,
he's
you'd like to
playing
be
it conservative.
you'd like to be a lot closer to your work here on this shot.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays this billiard, this 9's probably going to pop out. I don't think he can hit it soft enough to hold the 9 there.
Right.
If that 9 pops out, then that's good for Crystal because she's got her balls just hanging in the pockets. He may just decide not to deal with it and just not even touch it. Say, let Crystal deal with it.
Okay, Kenny's down to the ball before the 8 and the 8. But he's in a tricky spot. I think he needs to just bear down and make it and play the speed. It's a tough enough shot. This is pretty intense here, actually. Ooh. So, well, now she can shoot that 3 ball, and that'll leave her something.
Yeah, she has. Yeah, she has a path to the 3, and it's a cut shot, so that's going to bring this cue ball back down towards this 7-5. So it'll get her a little bit closer to her work. All right, Crystal, you got this, Crystal. All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Shoot the 7. Probably first just to stay above the 5. And you can shoot the 5 and go kind of like back over to the same side. Not sure that she'll do that.
All right, she's shooting at the 7. Just have to make sure you don't get behind the 8. That would be
Right.
a disaster.
Exactly.
A little bit of outside English will keep you away from that 8. Oh, left distance on that 9.
Yeah, you just have to lag this ball in, though.
Just make the 9, and you figure to have a pretty good shot.
Right.
Les
is on
Les
the
is
8
over there
right
shooting
here.
the 8.
Yeah, he's got a pretty reasonable shot
And
here.
that's going to be for the match. Right? It's going to switch tables here. This is Les shooting the 8 for the match.
They're having a little chuckle about something. But, yeah, he made it. Okay, well, that's that.
All
That
right.
was a great match.
That
Actually,
was
I
a
enjoyed
very
myself.
hard-fought match by both teams. But Ranch Rovers came out on top, defeating Soundview Scratch This 11-9. They are still alive. I believe this was first round action. So Soundview going to be taking the scenic route to the finals.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to have lots more teams for you guys coming up over the next 3 days. So stick around. We got plenty more coming up. Thanks.